Welcome to CSL Podcast. Here, we'll delve deeper into critical research in the field of cyberscience through enlightening discussions with leading professionals. I'm Wilma, your host for today's episode. Today, we'll discuss a significant advancement in cybersecurity research. As the use of consumer Internet of Things devices increase, so do concerns about their security vulnerabilities. Did you know that by 2025, it's estimated that there will be over 75 billion IoT devices in use worldwide? Today, we'll discuss how federated learning combined with partially homomorphic encryption can provide a robust solution to these security challenges. Our guest today is Elnaz Rabieinejad, a Ph.D. candidate at University of Guelph and graduate research assistant here at the Cyber Science Lab. Her research focused on cybersecurity, blockchain, and machine learning. She, along with her co-authors, has developed a two-level privacy-preserving framework for attack detection in CIoT devices. Welcome to CSL Podcast, Elnaz.
Well, hello everyone. Hello Wilma. My name is Elnaz Rabieinejad. I'm a PhD candidate and researcher at Cyber Science Lab at the University of Guelph. Excited to be here today.
Oh, that's so nice. And to start, we want to know a bit about your background and what led you to pursue this research.
Well, about my background, I did my bachelor in computer engineering and my master in information technology with a focus on cybersecurity. Currently, I'm conducting my research in cybersecurity and especially in the area of attack detection and Internet of Things. Well, during these years, we saw a lot of adoption of Internet of Things that's making new paradigm and shift in connectivity. Within this landscape, consumer Internet of Things or CIoT has emerged as a subdomain focusing on consumer-centric smart devices and applications. Over the years, CIoT evolved from a more mere concept into a vibrant ecosystem with more advanced sensor technology and machine learning algorithm and wireless communication methods. Well, my interest in this field was sparked by growing security vulnerability and privacy breaches and challenges associated with these new consumer IoTs.
Wow, it's fascinating to hear about your journey. Thank you for sharing. And can you introduce your paper, Two-Level Privacy Preserving Framework, Federated Learning for Attack Detection in the Consumer Internet of Things, and the specific problem you were aiming to solve?
Well, sure. These devices, CIoTs, these days are integrated in our daily life. For example, you're using your mobile phone to manage your smart television, for example. And most of these devices are using some traditional and central method of machine learning. It means that they have a lot of personal data from you. They have access and they're just sending them to the central server for some computation, for, I don't know, some managing of stuff and adding knowledge and enrich them. But it has some challenges during this transmission. Maybe someone can access your data, or maybe when you just store your data in the central server, a hacker can access them. Federated learning is a kind of machine learning that allow your devices do a local computation. It means that each device, they have their own machine learning model, and they're just sending an update to the central server, and central server just aggregated this model to create a machine learning model for doing computation. It means that they don't have access to your original and raw data. But it's not enough because even if you're transmitting your update of your model, some hackers maybe can access your metadata to get some knowledge about your raw data and hack them. So that's where we're using partially homomorphic encryption. It means that we're encrypting the local model that is sending from your consumer IoT devices to the central server. And because we're using homomorphic encryption, it means that your central server can do the computation and stuff without the need to decryption. That's the point of our framework that is using partially homomorphic encryption.
Wow, that's incredible. And
Mhm.
what challenges did you face during your research, and how do these challenges affect real world applications?
Well, one of the most important challenges that we had was using the partially homomorphic encryption or any kind of encryption because they have some computational overhead and they need a lot of power. And usually these consumer IoTs or any kind of IoTs, they have limited processing power and energy resources. It means that it's not feasible in the real world to use this kind of encryption. So we did a lot of experiment to how make a balance between this um, power, I mean processing power and resources, and the security and privacy of them that make it more feasible to use in the real world.
Of course, and overcoming such challenges is critical in developing effective cybersecurity solutions. Can you share with us some of the significant
Mhm.
findings or results from your research?
Yeah, sure. I think I can categorize this to three domains in school. For example, the first one is enhancing the privacy. One of the most significant findings of our research is the substantial improvement in privacy and security of CIOTs because we're integrating federated learning and partially homomorphic encryption. It means that you can make sure that your sensitive data remain protected, and no one can access them during the training and aggregation process. Another finding from our work is that we improved the accuracy of attack detection, means that in comparison with other base model, we improved the rate of detecting some malicious behavior while they're keeping the privacy of our data. To access our framework, we use two real-world datasets, UNSW and Bot IoT, and our result shows that our model achieved an accuracy rate of like 92% on UNSW, and for bot IoT dataset, it was around 98%, and which shows the effectiveness of our model and framework in detecting malicious activities in CIoT environment. And the third finding is while we're keeping the privacy and accuracy of attack detection and security, at the same time, we're trying to maintain efficient computational performance. We conducted experiment to measure the average time and memory consumption for encryption decryption operation. And the result shows that the computational overhead introduced by partial homomorphic encryption was manageable. It means that it's totally feasible in the real world application.
Wow, that's amazing. As you mentioned, the results highlight the effectiveness. And what are the key benefits of your findings, and what future research or developments do you anticipate in this field?
Well, our finding offers several key benefits. First is enhancing privacy and security measures ensure that sensitive data remain protected. Even if someone hack your central server, it means that no one can access your training data. Even if they access, they're encrypted and they can find out what is the raw and original data. Second, our framework provide high accuracy and low false positive rate, which improve the reliability of attack detection and reducing unnecessary alert and system disruption. Lastly, the efficient computational performance makes our solution practical for development and deployment in resource-constrained IoT environment. And looking ahead, future research could focus on optimizing some encryption algorithm to reduce computational overhead and even exploring some additional privacy preserving technique to add another layer to privacy and security of our CIoT devices, which improve the efficiency of the work and the privacy of CIoT devices.
Well, your highlights into the future research directions show the outgoing potential for advancements in this field. Um, Thank you for sharing. And where can our audience find your paper and learn more about your research?
Well, our paper has been published in IEEE Transaction Consumer Electronic, and you can access the full paper to the IEEE Explorer Digital Library.
Perfect, that's great. And do you have any final thoughts or message you'd like to share with our audience today?
Well, yes, I like to leave our audience with a few final thoughts. Since the rapid growth of consumer IoT brings incredible opportunity, I know that, but it is still is a significant security and privacy challenges. I encourage everyone to stay informed about the latest development in cybersecurity and to prioritize privacy and security in the use of technology.
Wow, that's insightful. Thank you, Elnaz, for sharing your insights and discussion, your groundbreaking research. From the entire CSL podcast team, I extend our sincere gratitude for joining us today. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
And before we wrap up, if you are eager to delve deeper into cutting edge cybersecurity research conducted by Cyber Science Lab, please visit our site. And don't forget to follow us on our social media networks, LinkedIn and Instagram profiles. All links are attached to this episode description. Thank you for listening to CSL Podcast. I'll see you in the next episode.